Step into the octagon. My wallet, my wallet shining. I'm a great American professor. Oh, like a tumor nugget 주로. Oh, college school 나가래. Hey, training Atlanta, friend of cannabis, flying triangles, elevates. Yo, I represent Test Planet. Professor O's America, America. 아주가 말해 브라질이 암바사데. Professor O's America, America. 마모테 브라질 오이 할라테. Professor O's Test Planet. Professor O's America. 이게 옥살원이 마와래.
We're going to be going over some pins now, trying to move away from the front headlock. I might have a couple of transitions to show on the way out, but our main focus now is going to be pinning. So the idea of pinning is important to consider that the dynamic players are going to be trying to shift body orientations and stuff to move around. Now, there's two ways I can immediately think of to kind of keep somebody from being able to rotate and change body orientations. When I say body orientations in this case, it's, yes, parallel and perpendicular positions are important, but a lot of that is going to be the idea of facing. So are they supine, are they pronated? And that idea of being able to rotate, just spin their body around and stuff. And the way that you can stop that is, like from a body lock, for example, you use your head to stop that, right? The only way that they would be able to continue to rotate through a head on their chest would be if they push the head out of the way. I'm sure you guys can all visualize that, okay? Another way to do it when you're pinning is with the half guard. So we're gonna go over a couple of half guard techniques moving forward that would help to hold down a dynamic player so that they can't just move at free will and rotate and spin prone to supine position or supine to prone position. Yeah, in this case it'd be supine to prone position so that they can get up, okay? So the half guard is a great way to just hold somebody down. They use it in MMA a lot, and I like to use it when I get tired. So I hope it can serve you like it's been serving me. So let's take a look at that half guard now. All right, I know I'm trying to get away from this front headlock, but I just want to show you guys a simple half guard entry right here. If he decides he doesn't want to like continue wrestling and maybe he's a guard player, he decides to shoot this leg in and try to posture up and sit to his butt. Now look, if I can get into half guard right here, I might start to have issues, like he could shoot a deep half guard right here if I don't really put any like frame or body control in the way beforehand, okay? I could be in a lot of trouble if he starts reaching under this leg and starts forcing me away from him. So one of the ways we can stop all of this when we hit half guard right here is with the simple near side underhook, okay? So this near side underhook, if he starts reaching for my leg, maybe a scoot grip, and I drop this near side underhook, this near side underhook might do a better job than even a crossface, okay? Sometimes the crossface isn't available because he'll tuck his head right here. Maybe it's on my belly right here. This crossface is not gonna happen. But a near side underhook can definitely happen right here, okay? So it's important that I get this near side underhook right here and I start sprawling my leg out. And remember when we talked about pinning hips, the top of my foot is on the floor right here, okay? And I'm toggling my hips, okay? That's really heavy, all right? Now, his only option is going to be to start sitting up and fighting for this underhook right here. And I have this near side underhook. And if you want to see a good representation of this, if you watch Craig Jones versus Mason Fowler, they were in this position multiple times at ADCC. And I think it had a lot to do with Mason wanting to play deep half and half guard, and Craig Jones trying to just stop that and keep him on the ground because he's a pretty dynamic player. So this near side underhook is a pretty good option for it, okay? We're gonna have to look at how can we handle this underhook right here without him like sitting up and starting to get height on us. This could be an issue, obviously. So we're going to discuss this. I hope that near side underhook helps you slow down these deep half guard players. So in the last video, we talked about how we can use the near side underhook to kind of slow down a deep half player or a half guard player that's trying to get under us. But we're running into this top side underhook. What do we do about that? Let's look at it. So I have this near side underhook right here, and he's trying to sit up and get this underhook, okay? If he can get this underhook, all right, and if I start facing belly down the same direction that he's facing right here, then what position we're gonna end up in is called the dog fight. He ends up doing a heist right here, and he traps with his other leg, and now we're in the dog fight, right? So we're trying to stay out of the dog fight territory. And one of the ways we can do that, first off, is when I have this near side underhook right here, is I can kind of try to like lay him back down right here. But if he starts getting up on his elbow right here and moving out to the side, you guys see how me using my pinning hips on like off of him is not going to serve me. My weight's not on him right now. So I have two options now. Pin with the other hip, okay? Or I can build a structure with sagittal hips, okay? So let's look at what happens when we do either of those, okay? So if I pin right here with pinning hips on the other side, and I have the near side underhook, let's say he built up, and I pin, yeah, I can weigh on him. This works pretty well, but I'm not in a very dynamic position. If I'm gonna pass at all, it would be because he decides to go for a butterfly hook like we've done before, and then he lifts, and maybe I end up hitting this, but look, because he has the underhook, I'm gonna miss this pass. So I have to address this underhook right here. Even though I have a near side underhook of my own, I have to address this underhook. The only way I can do it is by actually going to sagittal hips, backing my weight up right here, and trying to slide down the arm, okay? Now I can start to pummel, okay? Now, what's cool is because my weight's not on him and it's on the mat now, I can be more dynamic, okay? So what I can do is I can sit back here, and then I can actually start to build up and look for a knee slide to the far side with the underhook that I had on the near side, okay? So we're looking at a cross knee slide from this half guard position right here, where I realized I need to get rid of this underhook. And what that means is I have to weigh this side of his body down. And I could do this, but we're not gonna move anywhere, and he's gonna start pummeling his legs in. I have to sit my weight back, sagittal hips, and start trying to pummel my own arm, okay? Or get up and slide to this knee slide on the far side, okay? Now when I do this, my head is gonna act as a crossface, and I'm gonna slide across the far side right here, and then I can turn, okay? And I can drop pinning hips on his hips right here while I stay tight chest to chest, okay? So I know that's a pretty long-winded explanation, but believe me, this has been working for me in the training room. I have to pull it off on competition one day, but I think that works pretty well. So try it yourself. Hope that helps. In the half guard, the ideal position might not necessarily be the near side underhook. That's usually from a very perpendicular position. If I can have a more parallel position, or if maybe that guy was pretty lousy in that position getting to that underhook and I was able to beat him on that cross underhook, then I'm going to show you the ideal position to be in when you're in the half guard to keep somebody pinned and start working towards mount. And yes, when I say mount from half guard, that's definitely a parallel movement or a sagittal movement. We're going forwards and back. We're not looking at like all these hip tilts and stuff like that, okay? So if he lays down, so when I'm in half guard right here, ideally, I want to have this cross underhook, okay? And when I get this cross underhook, I want to have my head really tight to his shoulder right here, because if I don't, then, you know, let's say I'm like right here, all he has to do is pummel that in and he gets a frame, okay? That can be problematic. So I want to have this cross underhook. Now, when I'm here too, I want to be able to like lean off, pinning hips right here, but more so like a hip pinch where I'm kind of leaning off the side of him. And now his head's carrying all of this weight, okay? We turn. Here, okay? So, when I'm in half guard, this is my ideal position to be in. This is very difficult for these guys to just explode and be dynamic in. If Aiden decided he wanted to turn belly down, try turning belly down. Can't go that way, try the other way. Can't go the other way, okay? Where it would be an issue is if he had this underhook. Underhook? Yeah. Now I have an issue, especially if I'm sagging off the side of him right here with my hips. This isn't gonna do me any good. I have to have crossbody control. Right here. Right here, okay? So that is my ideal half guard position right there. And in the next few videos, we're gonna look at some troubleshooting in there. We're gonna look at how to mount, how to move on somebody from half guard, aside from the butterfly hook that we've already done. But yes, let's delve into the half guard now. Oh. Let's say I was with a very dynamic player and he was like a wrestler, for example, and I wanted to do this guillotine tilt where, you know, I beat the arm, he threw a short underhook, I laid on it, he goes supine right to defend it, I heist, and now if I don't build some lower body connection right here, we're gonna be all over the place. Even if I go like to mount, I might be all over the place. But I could hook this leg for half guard and then start sagging towards the hips. Then I can pummel a nearside underhook. And now strategically I've placed myself in a position that will slow the pace of the match down. For dynamic wrestler, I got around to this, boom. I heisted. Okay, he's supine, and he knows I'm going for the mount, so he might start like bucking and everything. But I can hook his leg and settle into this half guard, and then I cover the hips now. And I go with the near side underhook to move down towards the hips. I cover the hips to stop the underhook. I move to the near side underhook so that I can stay down here and prevent him from hooking my leg and getting underneath me. So that would be an example where we combine everything that we've been doing here, like the front headlock, with strategically using a half guard to slow the pace of the match down. Maybe you'd be up by 2 at that point. So hope that helps. I'm gonna show you guys a very quick detail that has served me very well in half guard when guys start framing my face, okay? We're gonna look at pummeling against the frame when I'm trying to have a strong underhook and I want my chin to connect to the collar, if you will. We're gonna look at how I handle that, okay? So, now Aiden's framed my face right here. Okay, this can be a problem, man, because I don't have a strong underhook. I can't put all my weight on him like I want to. If I sag, then there's a chance that he could pummel an underhook right here, okay? So, usually when I start dealing with this right here, I actually try to get a little square with them because I need to be able to move myself, all right? And to do that, I can't be letting them carry all of my weight. Now, what I'm gonna do is I can take this arm and I can swim it over the shoulder to kind of stuff this, okay? Now what's cool is now I can move my my chin really tight and I can pummel back in, okay? So I know right off the rip, you're like, oh my God, you just gave him the underhook. No, I didn't. It's not, dig the underhook here. it's not easy to dig the underhook here, okay? Now what's interesting though is I am getting the head position that I need for my underhook to be strong, all right? This is a common thing you'll find in jiu-jitsu is even if you don't have the second half of the arm involved, this chicken wing right here is still pummelable, if that's even a word. So right here, look, I get my chin in position, now I can re-pummel it, okay? So that right there is a great detail that I've used for probably a year or two now. That's helped my half guard a ton when dealing with these guys that have pesky frames. Hope that helps. Awesome, my brother. All right, back on the half guard stuff. Let's look at mounting, okay? So say I went through all of that trouble and I've got this perfect underhook and I can really start to put pressure on Aiden right here, okay? How do I mount, all right? I'm gonna show you with my feet. We're doing a lower body pummel right here, and we're just gonna go straight to mount when I do it, all right? It's gonna require my hips to move up and all my weight to go down up here. And I really wanna be forcing all my weight into him, and it's really important that I do this when I have an underhook. If this man can put 2 posts on my hips, then I'm screwed, all right? 1 post, not too bad, all right? You'll be able to move around that. 2 posts, totally bad, all right? So I have the underhook, I have the crossface right here, chest to chest. I'm gonna pummel, and I'll show you the pummel in a second. And I'm gonna lift my hips up and slide to mount, okay? If I hip pinch to this side, he can push my hips. And because I have the underhook, I'm trapped. But if I hip pinch to this side, then when he goes to bridge me, I'm not going anywhere. So, one more time, in real time, I pummeled, toggled, swim, up, boom. And that is what the half guard mount pass looks like. I hope that helps you guys like it's helped me. Woof. We've talked about using the cross underhook with the cross face chest to chest connection to pass the half guard and go to mount. Let's look at another situation that's a little bit more dominating where I collect 2 underhooks, okay? So I'm in half guard right here. And I've got cross side underhook and maybe this cross face. Maybe I was digging this near side underhook right here, okay, because he was like a deep half player or something, and I got both of these, okay? Now I want to show you, it's really important when you have double underhooks, okay? Whether you had a body lock and you moved up here, or whether I actually pummeled to the shoulder caps right here, I want to get to this S grip. I don't want this S grip under his body. If he starts bridging and shit, yeah, it's gonna feel like my fingers are gonna fall off, okay? So I'm gonna put this S grip right behind the back of his head where his neck is, in that little groove where that cell phone neck is. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep my chin really tight up here, just like the other crossface, and I'm gonna flare my elbows. You don't want lazy elbows right here, you wanna flare them, okay? Now from here, I'm gonna do the same pummel I did with my hook, my windshield wiper, and I'm going to A-frame slide my knees to mount. All right, so I'm gonna go here, here, boom. And that is how you sit from the back. No, I'm just kidding. That is how you mount with double underhooks. An extremely dominating position. And if Aiden didn't have bad shoulders right now, I would show you guys what it's like to get them noodles up here, like one of them damn car dealership things. So anyways, I hope that helps. All right, so as much as I don't want to go back to the front headlock, let's just show like a use case where we blend the front headlock with the half guard that we worked on, okay? So I'm gonna give a situational example right here where my partner was a super dynamic wrestler maybe, and he shot a shot on me, and he could have had my leg. Dope, we're using all the front headlock stuff we used before. I go for a tilt, boom. We hit the floor, I go for an anaconda, he comes back up, okay? Yeah, I go behind, okay? He goes for like to recover this short underhook right here, and I lay on his head. He flips supine to defend the choke. I heist. Now I have to make a decision. Am I gonna continue this crazy scramble of body orientations and hope to maybe lock something up, or can I just trap him on the ground where I know he doesn't want to be anyways, and in a points tournament I can score some points? Okay, so let's catch some 2 right here. I'm going to fish my leg for the half garter, boom, and now I'm going to settle by blanketing the hips and moving to a near side underhook like we discussed earlier. Begin to turn. So I landed with this heisted front headlock right here, and then I moved to a near side underhook. Again, right here, I'm probably not favoring with a pinning hip right here. I'm just gonna drop into the structure. It might not wear him out, but it will stop the rotation. So like a live scenario where you might be competing and you wanna slow the guy down that's super dynamic, you can use this front headlock to move into the half guard after heisting versus the tilted opponent. So yeah, I hope that helps. Os.